Okay, so I convinced Jay to find a video of this singer again. You called her Laure
Shang.
Laure Shang?
Yeah, Laure Shang.
Because I wanted to hear what she sounds like in her own element when she's less trying to emulate a different artist. So I'm assuming what I'm about to see is going to sound more like she would sound typically in her own world, in her own element. So here we go. First of all, I see that in this video, she's rocking a similar hairdo, which I'm kind of surprised of. I thought that was just more of the Florence thing, but she's quite beautiful, and I like this vibe. But let's listen. Oh, we're in ballad land. Are you both not blown away by the difference between what she sounded like in the last song and this?
It's still that very thick, mature tone.
It wasn't thick and mature in the last one.
Well, maybe we know her too well, I guess. So.
像昨天、今天同时在放映，我这句语气原来好像。
So I'm now even more impressed with the first one, and I don't know if I love this, but I'm gonna keep going.
不就是我们爱过的
That was completely unfair. I just really liked the first song. I really liked her singing. I really liked the energy in it. I have to reset myself here. She does have a very rich, thick tone.
证据，差一点骗了自己骗。
Like low enough that if I closed my eyes, it could be a dude.
No,
Yes.
not a dude.
Yes.
爱与被爱不一定成
Well, Zhou Shen. That's not fair.
我知道被疼
Yes, the tone in the bottom of her voice is rich enough, is bassy enough that it could be a high-ish voiced dude. I'm paying a compliment. I'm not.
是一种运气。但我无法完全交出自己，努力为你改变，却变不了预留的伏线。以为在你身边，那也算永远。仿佛还是昨天，可是昨天已非常遥远。但闭上我双眼，我还看得见。可惜不是你。
Yeah, she's a beautiful vocalist for sure. I think this performance is a little bit edited or something. I'm seeing the vowels are a bit different. I don't know if you guys are noticing that, but the vowels and energy are a little bit different. But I will say that her vibrato, though different than the first video, is still reasonably subdued and contained. Is this a pretty reasonable sample of what she would typically do? Yeah, I think she's beautiful. I connected more with the first performance for probably a plethora of reasons. But I will say that this tone is beautiful. I think that I initially was just attached to the first snapshot. But this is beautiful. Wait, is this Cantonese? It feels like Mandarin. Mandarin.
到最后，曾一起走却走失那路口。感谢那
Like, it's still saying in the land of of pop. Yeah.
还能感受呢
That vibrato. That's the vibrato that I connect less with. Such a quick snapshot of it. And I actually think she is doing a really good job of being thoughtful about her vibrato. Obviously, I can never know exactly what singers are thinking or intending. But I feel like she actually is trying to contain it. I do. But it leaks out right here.
握我的手还能感受呢
Nah.
温柔
Which, let's be honest, that's crazy of me to point out a half of a millisecond of vibrato. I'm just telling you what I hear. Jealous of her height, very jealous of her height. Yeah, like instead of shen, you could do like shen, right? Like take it out or really make it thin. Are you a fan of hers?
Not a huge. Yeah, I like her, but she's not one of my faves.
Yeah, but you
But
appreciate.
you recognize that she is skillful.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
有权利关心你，可能你已走进别人风景。
Like when we hear lines like this wouldn't be like a major point of excitement in the song, but as a musician, as a singer, you can recognize the subtle decisions and the subtle things she's adding into that, pulling out before adding vibrato, the little, bounce upward. I appreciate that.
希望也有星光的投影，努力为你改变，却变不了预留的伏线。以为在你身边，那也算永远。仿佛还是昨天，可是昨天已非常遥远。
Sorry, this is an original or this is a cover? Cover.
但闭上我双眼，我还看得见。可惜不是你陪我到最后，曾一起走却走失那路口。感谢那是你。
Do you like the deeper vibrato? She's.
I used to.
You used
But
to.
it's so weird because when I sing Chinese songs and English songs, it's different.
You
How
shift
I
gears.
I do.
We've explored the thought of this. We've
It's
tried to
so
compare
weird.
singers doing a Mandarin or a Cantonese song and then.
We saw Coco do that.
Yeah. So you say you used to prefer the deeper vibrato. Why?
Because you've been conditioned to think that's a more skillful way of singing, and that's what people like to hear, and that's what people prefer.
So it is your belief that in Chinese culture, the deeper vibrato means more skillful.
Oh, 100%.
You have
things
tried to
are
tell me
changing.
that.
Things are changing now.
Okay.
Things are changing, absolutely. You
Yeah.
have like old school singers, they're starting to lessen their vibrato. And
We talk about that all the
100%,
time.
Yeah. Some of the singers you reviewed, I noticed that's the trend that they're going in as well.
Yeah,
but it's so
and-
hard for them to do it. It's not natural.
It's not natural. That's why I praise them. I really do shower praise on them when they attempt it. Not even because like it's very pompous of me to be like, good job to come to the good side. More I'm praising them because it takes a lot of work to fight your natural urges and your natural muscle memory to do something that that you are like, objectively, I understand that this is more appealing right now, or objectively, I understand that this is something I should try or could try. And I think that regardless of your age or stage, it is hard to go out of what is most natural, but especially when you've been doing something for a long time, the neural pathways are carved very deep. So I always think, freaking good for you. And also that says that their ear, they're really willing to tune into their ear because they've listened to what's going on in the current sphere of music and they've gone, I know I'm not doing that. But it sounds like you're saying that both of you, I'm getting from both of you that, which I'm only just starting to understand this, that deeper vibrato isn't something that just so happens to be popular. You're telling me that it's been recognized as something to aim for. Yeah, so I didn't know that. That is almost kind of an embarrassing realization. Again, we all kind of think that it's easy to have a bias from our own culture that we think is the preferred sound. So actually, I'm crapping on people for something that they're trying really hard to do on purpose, Jay.
But it's not universal though. Think about Sandy Lam. We did Sandy Lam. She didn't have.
She's young though.
No.
Oh,
Sandy
no,
Lam.
She looks young, but she's not.
Really like she's the
Older,
50s or
50s, yeah.
60s.
Okay, I don't think I'm thinking of the same one.
But I'm just and Beyond. We did Beyond too. The rock band, Hong Kong, the best
Really?
Hong
You
Kong
guys did
rock
Beyond?
band. We actually did Beyond. We haven't aired it yet, but we did Beyond. We did Sandy, and we realized that
She's good, yeah.
back in the older days, in the 80s, the deeper vibrato wasn't as popular as it was in the 90s. Somehow, our conclusion was.
Oh, Beyond. Oh,
Yes,
I know.
Beyond.
The one like the Beatles or whatever.
Yeah, like the Hong Kong Beatles, basically.
Yeah.
So I think because they started singing Japanese songs, this is my understanding,
Oh,
okay?
yes.
Because in the 90s, back in the 90s, a lot of the popular Canton pop songs
Yeah.
were borrowed from Japan.
And Japan has the
Japan
deeper
had
vibrato.
that like deep vibrato back then.
Yes.
I'm sure some of you are like, stop saying vibrato, but people's vibrato are such a huge part of their personal style. And whether you recognize someone's vibrato or pay attention to someone's vibrato or not, it is a huge piece of whether you relate to a singer, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. And if you do like it, it's part of why you like it. And again, even if you're not taking it in, do you agree? Do you know what I'm saying? Like when someone decides they like a singer, the vibrato is a main reason why. Even if they, the average fan is not going to be like, I like Lady Gaga because her vibrato is medium fast, shallow, and like that's not how we relate as a fan. But it is high up on what makes a singer sound the way they sound.
Yeah.
So anybody that thinks I obsess about it, well, you're right. But there's good reason. There is good reason.
Yeah, because you're a vocal coach.
Yeah.
The regular folks, they care about lyrics and they care about the composition and they care nothing else.
Yeah.
But it's not just because I'm a coach, it's because I'm a singer.
Yeah.
And because I'm a musician. Like, do you obsess about vibrato?
I used to. So this was a while back. The newer singers, the ones born in the late 90s or the 2000s, the younger singers nowadays,
They don't use a lot.
They don't use a lot. So it's a lot of the older singers that you're watching that do.
But when you came up as a singer, did you be like, oh, whose vibrato do I love? Like, how do I do it? Like,
Oh, 100%. How do I blend it so it sounds better, so it sounds more natural, so it sounds more obvious? Or how do I hold that note just so I can have that vibrato, like I can't cut off
and you
the
too,
note?
right? You listen to singers' vibratos.
Borrowed Jackie Chan's vibrato.
Yes, he did. So that's my point. When you hear me obsess about vibrato, these are three singers. And I'm telling you, when we hear singers and when we decide that singing is important to us and we want to lean into it, vibrato is like one of the top, I don't know, three things that we obsess about and try and figure out what ours is like. What does mine sound like? What does mine feel like? Whose do I like? Whose vibe do I want to have be in my vibe? So that's why.
牵过我的手，还能感受那温柔。感谢那是你牵过我的手，还能感受那温柔。
Yeah, it's beautiful. I do like her. I liked the style of what she did in the first one. Should we hear an original from her?
Yeah.
Try this with me. Choose a note easy in your range and let's just wiggle it back and forth. Ah. Practice that. Try and make it consistent and faster than feels completely easy. Now here's the big takeaway. Anybody who has told you that they don't really have to do anything, it just happens to them, they're lying to themselves and you. This is something that my brain tells my vocal muscles to do. It is not something that the universe imparts upon me. It's okay that it takes effort and practice.
习惯了面对现实的偏差。